that I think the Detroit Lions should do everything they can to get this guy. I mean,
no, you're not crazy.
He's going to play in the NFL. He's going to dominate for the next 10 years at least. So before the break, I asked Braylon, or was talking about Braylon, talking to Braylon about Deshaun Watson. Maz asked the question, what happens now? There's no criminal charges that are going to be filed against Deshaun Watson, but there are 22 women that have these allegations of sexual misconduct out on Deshaun Watson. What happens next?
Now it's up to the NFL's discretion. Since there's no criminal charges, nothing legally binding, that yes, these women can go to civil. Obviously, all 22 won't go to civil because, don't get me started, but a lot of them were lying. Let's go there. They try to capitalize. So there may be a couple valid situations. They will settle out of court. So now it just becomes up to the NFL. It comes up to, I can't think of that committee that they have in place that does this, the rules and fines. Their committee mixed in with Roger Goodell. What do they think of the situation with Deshaun Watson? Now it's going to come up to them. Do they think 2 games? Same thing with Tom Brady and the Deflategate or Spygate or whatever. It's up to them to come up with a suspension or nothing, if you will. Because now the lobby for Deshaun Watson would be, well, hell, I missed all of last season because you guys thought this thing to be true. So now it comes in that part. He missed all of last season, so he could actually get off. Being honest, he could potentially get off with not a game because he missed all of last season.
So back in 2010, when Ben Roethlisberger was accused of, and was he charged or just accused?
Accused.
He was
because it happened twice.
He was accused. Prosecutors did not charge Ben Roethlisberger with sexual assault. Ben Roethlisberger got a 6-game NFL suspension. He appealed it and got 4 games. So Ben Roethlisberger got 4 games. I could see a situation where Deshaun Watson gets 4 games. You know, then you think of like Tyreek Hill. Remember that 911 call from Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
Remember that video of Tyreek Hill just beating the living daylights out of his kid's mom?
I don't remember. I don't want to remember.
Yeah.
Like that, I never thought he would play in the NFL again. Never thought he would play in the NFL again. And that has just gone away completely.
He was on a Super Bowl winning team. He's the fastest player in the NFL. Like success walks, BS talk. I mean,
cheetah.
Like literally, that's like we talked about AB. How does he keep getting a shot? Well, every time you put him on the field, he's successful. Like that's what tends to happen. It's going to be interesting though. It's going to be interesting to see the backlash, the protesters, and things of that nature, because there are a lot of women out there that are in support of the women that filed charges, that pressed charges, or that came out and said that this happened to them. So that'll be the interesting thing. Whatever team, whatever city he decides to go in, is how strong the female protesters are. Other than that, I said it last week. I think he's going to get 4 games and get appeal and then get 2.
Or none. He already had a year.
I think he could not potentially get any time at all because he essentially did a year. But in the specs of the things and the optics of things, he wasn't suspended technically a year. Right. And it didn't seem like he got punished.
Has he been getting paid?
I got to give
full contract.
Yeah, I got to give one of the guys on YouTube, the chat, credit for this. Watson is still getting suspended. I just lost it.
At least 6 games?
Tristo says this. Tristo, I say that as Calvin Ridley got suspended for the whole season for placing a $1,500 wager on a game.
Yeah, the one thing that
come on, NFL.
The one thing that people keep looking at is you look at it, it's announced as he got a whole year. Calvin Ridley won't get a whole year. So I'm trying to help people out there. It will not be a full year. When a suspension or when a ruling comes down, it comes down right away. It comes down at the highest that you can do it. Looking at the rule books, this is the first time it happened, so the highest is a full year. But he's going to appeal. They have a court process. There will be due process. Calvin Ridley will not miss a whole year. Mark my words.
Am I crazy to say that I think the Detroit Lions should do everything they can to get this guy? I mean,
no, you're not crazy.
He's going to play in the NFL. He's going to dominate for the next 10 years at least. You know, you don't know the backgrounds of half these guys. Where was this outrage when Ben Roethlisberger was going through it, or Tyreek Hill?
That was quickly forgotten.
Sadly, sadly, this stuff gets brushed under the rug. Right, wrong, or indifferent, we all know it's not right.
It's the machine.
The NFL, that shield is an absolute machine. Deshaun Watson's situation a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now will be, sadly, a footnote in this whole thing. If he wins, but he's going to play, and he's going to play somewhere, why wouldn't you want that guy here?
I'm with you.
Because there's players out there, man. You just don't.
When are you going to have a chance to draft a quarterback like him? When?
You're not. I know it's not going to happen. Martha Ford will never sign Deshaun Watson.
Luckily, she's running things no more.
I know she won't. Or Sheila, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sheila, not Martha. Sheila Ford will never in a million years sign Deshaun Watson. I'm just sitting here asking the question, why not?
The reason why is because the Lions have never had a player like that. They've never gone that route. They've always tried to stay away from players that have gotten in trouble, whether it was alleged or not. That's just what they've always done.
And they haven't won in 60 years.
Exactly. No. I agree with you. And then when things first come out, when people don't know what's going on, everybody turns into holier than thou. I wouldn't have him on my team. You don't know what the hell happened. So that's another thing that happens with that. Also, in terms of your other question, where was the outcry? You know what happened after Ben Roethlisberger literally got charged with that?
Won a Super Bowl.
He won a Super Bowl. Winning cures all. The same people that are telling you, like, no, don't give up our 3 first-rounders, which got me on my rant last Thursday. Don't give up this, and we shouldn't do this, and we should draft this. Those are going to be the same people if the Lions did do that move, and it was successful. In 2 years from now, they were in the NFC Championship, or they won the NFC North. But, man, I knew that was a great call. They'll be the same people telling you that it was a great move. Success cures all, and wherever he goes, he's going to be successful. And to your point, they're going to forget this even happened.
Look, I'm the father of a daughter. I'm a girl dad. I cannot.
Shout out to Kobe.
Yes, shout out to Kobe. I cannot imagine what some of these women allegedly went through.
Right.
Unfortunately, in professional sports, specifically in the NFL, you've got situations where these things get brushed under the rug. And the legal system has run its course. The legal system says we are not going to charge Deshaun Watson with a crime. That doesn't mean one did not take place. I just don't know who the judge, jury, and executioner gets to be in these cases. And again, he's going to play.
Yeah.
He's going to be on the field, and he's going to dominate for the next 10 years. Why wouldn't you want that here in Detroit? Because in Pittsburgh, as Braylon, you said, Ben Roethlisberger
happened 2 summers in a row, by the way.
Exactly. Allegedly.
One in Niagara Falls and one in Pittsburgh.
Was accused of rape twice. And missed 4 games and won a Super Bowl. And nobody says anything about it.
Side note, can we bring this up? Can we talk about this? Now that it's come out, now that he's not criminally charged and he'll probably lose in civil. I hope he doesn't, but he probably will. Can we talk about the owners and how they do things and like how shady they are? Legitimately, soon as like nothing had ever come out about Deshaun Watson and massage parlors and massages and girls and, you know what I'm saying, behavior that was unbecoming or whatever, explicit, whatever the terms are. Nobody talked about this. No woman ever came out. Then all of a sudden, he expresses frustration with the franchise. He tells he wants to leave the franchise because they're not conducive to winning. You saw how they treated D-Hop. You see how they treated me. You see how they treated J.J. Watt. You know what? I want out of here. Now all of a sudden information get leaked. Then you find out that the prosecutor lives next door to the owner of the Houston Texans. Like, now can we start to have that conversation? Literally, same thing happened to Kyler Murray, not on the legal side, where he starts expressing frustration. Now information gets leaked out that he says this, he's this bad teammate. Teammates are saying it. Can we talk about the POSs that the front office and owners are?
And you talk about the power of that shield?
Yeah.
You ever hear anything come out about Daniel Snyder?
Never.
Not yet.
Why haven't we heard anything about Daniel Snyder and all those?
We're not allowed.
No.
Oh, Jerry Jones, 25 million. Hush money.
We can get those John Gruden emails though.
How about Jerry Jones' PR guy that was spying on the cheerleaders? He just retires.
26 women. You mean it was 26 by the way? 26 women You mean to tell me out of 26 women, you didn't have enough on one of them to prosecute him? You didn't have enough energy on 2 of them to say, hey, he's really doing this. Hey, at least in these 2 situations, he should get charged. He should be criminal charges should fall from these 2. Maybe not all 26, but just these 2. You mean to tell me not one? Come on, man, with that BS.